Hello. So today we will learn how to make a professional XY scatter graph in Microsoft Excel. So here you can see this example. So most of the time we need a comparison graph between a experiment and a simulation and some other things. So there is proper convention you need to follow. Like for the experiment you use the solid line, and for the simulation or the other thing you need to do a dotted line, and the marker should be hollow. So how we can make this type of graph? So today we will learn this. Let me create a new file with this, and now we will remove this graph, and four different series. Two is for the experiment and two is for the corresponding simulation data. So we are going to draw a comparison between experiment and the simulations. For this type we will need a XY scatter graph. So there are two methods. First select the series and then draw in comparison. It's also best. And there is other thing like go to insert and in chart XY scatter graph, and we will choose this. There is marker also. So here you can the option select data and add a series. The series name, we want to add the first series name, and the x value for all the series will be same, that is the -1 to +1. And for the y series, yeah, the first series is, because we have named that series, and that is the first series. Is it like that? So the first series is added, but there is lot of things that need to be edited in the graph first, then we will add the other series. So first of all we need to make sure that for the x-axis we start our data series start from -1 to +1. We can choose it here, we can edit that here. Just click on that and yeah, you have that. So but here you can see the division is too large, so we can change it to, like, if I change it to 0.2. so here you can see now it's look better. So there is a grid line in the fill area, so we can hide this. Click on the plus sign, and yeah, you have the axis you want to show. Okay, the axis title, yeah, we want to show the axis title as well. If you want to show the chart title, that's fine. If you don't want, that's also fine, it doesn't matter. So data label, no need to show the error bar, you can hide this grid line. Okay, now the graph looks better before, but still it need modification. So here is the other type, the legends. Legends basically it's denote the series name, that is actually. So you can add this one. Okay, let me do this one and move it inside the graph here. Okay, so there is one thing, like the border line for the graph is missing. So if when you click on there in the fill area, you have the border option. Make sure the color should be consistent, it should be black, and for the border, for all type of border you should put 1 pt. Okay, so now the graph looks more better, and yeah, we can place it here, but still you can see the Excel line graph is gray, color is gray. We need to make it black, because in the professional graph it should look same. Okay, so here we have done this one. Okay. Okay. So if you do the setting for one graph, then for other graph you just need to copy and paste. There is another other thing you can do this for, like it shows the number of decimal more. We don't need to move, just for two decimal are enough. So here you can change, and we put this 02. Okay, now it looks better. So for the convention, like we choose that for the first experimental series we will do the red color, and the marker should be the triangle. So let's change their color, and we should do it to 1 ppt and solid line in the line, and there is option of the marker. You can change this marker sign, marker option. Okay, built in, we need to change this one, the triangle sign. Okay, for the fill you need to change the fill color as well as the border color also. So now it's done for the single series experimental. Okay, we want to add the corresponding new series for the experimental series. For the corresponding experimental data, we want to add the simulation series. So the x value will be the same. Okay, the y value will be, y data series will be the simulation data series. Okay, it's done. Okay, so by default it will choose an other like marker and other solid line, but we need to be consistent. So the color will be same, but we will use the dotted line. So here dash type, from the dash type you can change the line. And for the experimental we choose the 1 pt solid line, and for the simulation we choose the 0.75 pt for the dash line. Okay, so you should be consistent, and yeah, for it it should be like the template, and you should remember these things for how much pt use for the line. And for the marker, like for the marker we used 5 size, so we choose the triangle, but it's a dash line, so we remove the fill option, so it will be hollow. And for the border, yeah, the color should be same and 1 pt. So now it's look a better comparison. So the other thing, we want to add more series. Click there and add a series. So now we want to add the next experimental data series. Here you go, and there is the x y value. Okay, so to make it look better you can choose any color, but for the convention, like I choose this color, look better. So as we know, for the experimental data we choose solid 1 pt for the line, and for the marker, yeah, its size should be the, okay, for the fill we choose the same color, and also for the border we will choose the same color. Here are the all settings you can do. Okay, so now we want to add the corresponding simulation series. Sorry, so the x value should be the same for this. Okay, here you go. Okay, so now we need to change the color, and yeah, for the dash line we choose the 7 pt there, and for the marker, yeah, marker it should be the same but no fill because there is a dash line. Okay, 1 pt. So now here the graph is almost ready, but there is still something like if you see on the Ansys title in the Ansys data, so here is like there is no tick mark for the Ansys. For the big and the small division there is no tick mark. So you can choose it outside or either inside, minor or major type. So it's look better. For the y-axis we can do the same, the tick mark option, and go outside, minor and minor. So here there is another thing, like if you see the numbers, the font color is gray, you need to change it to black. You should be consistent. Okay, here you can also change the font size. Let's make it 10. Okay, so it's not very difficult to draw a graph. You can add any color and whatever you want, but you should be consistent for the professional point of view. Also here you can change the color, should be black, and okay, so it's now look better. Here you can see the font color should be black. By default it's not black, but if you make that first make sure to be consistent for the templates, then you can copy this graph and to paste anywhere, and yeah, your data will be changed. So here is like its start is or, and you can put here the units. It has no units, so I put dashed. Okay, for this graph here the y value is the actually alpha, so we choose this one, and this has no unit, so but you can put the unit in the bracket if it has. For this thing, now the graph looks complete and it's professionally set up. Like it is consistent, the color is everywhere black, and yeah, the marker size, the line size, for the solid line, for the dash line, each and everything, it is the same actually. So here is you can create the graph. Maybe your data might be changed, there is something else, but you need to be focused on these things. Like for the border, for like when there is lot of graphs in your thesis, in your paper, so you should need to be consistent with that. The color and it should be the black color everywhere, even for the numbers and the borders and everything. So for the data series, if there are multiple data series, for the experiment, if you use for this solid line and 1pt, throughout you should use this one. So I'm just saying that if you make the template first carefully, then you will be fine. You don't need to be much editing. So if still you have any question, if there is a problem, you can comment out and I will reach out to you. Okay, thank you.